me just share my screen and start already. We've wasted enough time. Okay. Sorry, I'm sharing my screen. Okay. I believe you all can see my screen now. All right. So I'll be using W3 School to why am I hearing myself? Sorry. Okay, better now. So I'll be using W3 School to do the first class as introduction to CSS. I believe that they have taught us HTML, that's the skeleton of the web. So HTML without CSS, HTML will be looking ugly, and you won't like, it's not like good to what's it called? It's not good, sorry. Okay. So without CSS, HTML is like a skeleton. So CSS it beautifies HTML. It makes it presentable. It gives it so for let's go down. So here they say CSS is the language we use to style a web page. And CSS is not a programming language. It is what? A styling sheet. We use CSS to style um our website. So let me go down. So CSS stands for what? Cascading word style sheet. As I said earlier, it's used for to style your HTML. CSS describes how HTML elements are to be what to displays on the screen, like paper or in other words, media. And CSS saves a lot of work. It can control the layout of multiple web pages all at once. Like if you want your what's it called, your work to be responsive, just like if you enter a website with your system, the screen view is different from that of your phone and that of your iPad. So that's like the work of what CSS. That's what we call what media query, which you will learn that's there during this class. So CSS with CSS you can do a lot of things. We have animations, we have so many things that you can do with CSS. You can also what's it called, with CSS you can also make your work to look dynamic. Before then, let's go down. So we have I think we have three ways of styling CSS. We have the inline, we have the external, and we have the internal way of styling CSS. So you can decide to style your CSS the internal way, the external way, and the inline, the inline way. So let's go down. Here is like a demo. So the first one is, look at this is the first styling. They say here we will show one HTML page displayed with what four different style sheets. That's different with CSS linked towards a particular page. So this is the first styling here. This is the first styling. This is the second styling. This is the third styling. This is one HTML, but we have like four CSS in it. This is another one, and this the last one without what any styling. Just look at this one. It's not looking fine because what it does not have what CSS in it. It's just what purely what HTML. And HTML is just like what the skeleton of the web. So let's go down with time. Let's go down. Why we use what? Why we use CSS? CSS is used to what? To define styles for your web page, including the design, the layout, and variations in display for what? For different devices and screen sizes. Just like if I minimize this stuff now, you see this, it's have adjusted to what? This particular style. It's have adjusted. And if I keep expanding it, it's what? It's adjusting. It's adjusting. As you can see now, it's adjusting. We now have what? Two sidebar here. It's adjusting. If I now make it to the big screen, it's also adjusted to the big screen. That's work of what? Of CSS. That's what different screen sizes. That first one is though we have mobile screen, we have your laptop screen, you can do for multiple screen sizes because people use different phones. So for you to be a what's it called, for you to be a ABAP developer, that kind of stuff, you have to like um target different screen sizes so that anybody that will open your page with any kind of phone, then the page will be able to look fine in that person's phone. Yeah, so let's try something here. Okay, sorry for that. Please, if you have any question, please just like be dropping, be calling my attention. Don't wait to like end the class. Just come at it. So I'll just explain it once. So this styling they did here is what we call internal styling, because it's what at the head of your what's it called, of your HTML is at the head. So any styling that is being made on the head is what we call what internal. But anyone you make in between here, in between the lines, that's in between your tags, they are called what? Inline. They are called inline styling. But anyone you make in another page, which I think I'll do later. That's why I open my VS Code. Anyone you make what in another page, totally different from your HTML page. That's what we call what? External styling. I don't know if you guys are getting me, Sha. I don't know if am I running? Am I too fast? I don't know. Am I making sense? Are you guys getting me? Jones, oh yeah. Are you guys getting me? Am I making sense? Please
Yes, we
use your
can.
chat box so that
Yeah.
Jones what he will not be the
Yeah,
one to
you're
say
making
what the
sense.
majority of people have. Like, am I making sense? Am I fast? Am I it is my network? Please, you guys should just draw comment. Am I making sense? Are you guys hearing me? Can you guys hear me? Are you guys getting what I'm
No,
saying?
no message yet, but
Use
I'm
your
hearing
chat
you.
box. So okay, I can see that emoji. You guys say I don't tire like this. Okay, you guys are feeling okay. Better now. I don't boost my morale small. So let's continue. So this is what we call what? The one that is being styled on the head is called what? It's called internal styling. The one that we style inside here, in between your HTML tags, is called what? Inline styling. I also have what? External styling. Let me go back. Let me close this tab. So CSS solved a big problem. HTML was never intended to what? To contain tags formatting a web page. HTML was created to describe the content of a web page. That's the work of HTML, for it to just describe the content of the web page, for it to just lay out everything that you want to be on your web page. Just write it in your HTML. It's going to what? Deliver it for you. But if you want to do any kind of styling, you have to call what? CSS to help you with that. So HTML is just what is just created to what? To describe the content of your web page. Like this web page now that we have W3 school, tutorial, exercise, and the rest. They use what? HTML to what? To write all these things. If you just remove the CSS style in this place, you will not be able to look at this page because it's going to be looking scattered, and yeah, you get, because it's just the skeleton. Just like human being now. If I don't know, you guys, yeah, you guys have seen a skeleton before, obviously, yeah. So if you look at a skeleton without styling, even the most beautiful girl in this whole wide world, if you see a skeleton, almost you go off because it's not going to be looking beautiful. The thing that what makes that skeleton to look beautiful is what? That's what we call the CSS. That's the let's say the flesh, yeah, the flesh and everything. That's what makes the skeleton to look beautiful. That's why this guy is very beautiful and this guy is very handsome. So let's go down. Okay. They say when tags like font and color attributes were added to the HTML3 specification, it started a nightmare for the web developers. So development of large websites where font and color information were added to every single page, just like this W2 school now. It's very big, it's very dynamic, it has so many what I call it has so many link pages. So if you start using, if I didn't mean we are still using font, it's going to be what? It's going to be disastrous. That's why they have to introduce what? CSS to remove the formatting from what? HTML page to make life easy for us. Just the same way we have frameworks that is making life more easy for you. That's the same way they use CSS to make life what? Easy for you, so that when they're not going to be finding it difficult for you to to style your pages. And let's go down. Okay, they say CSS saves a lot of work. Yeah, it does. It saves a lot of work and it makes your code not to look very, very lengthy. Had it been we don't have CSS and you want to be styling each work you do inside the HTML. And when I say go, they get 2,000 lines of code just for a landing page or just for a very small project. So, but CSS will make this. We now divide it into two. We now have different, different lines of code, different pages with your different pages. So CSS saves a lot of work. The style definitions are normally saved in CSS in external.css files. So I talked about the what's it called? The external. So let me use blockchain UNN dot CSS. First of all, let's get our index dot HTML. So sorry, come up. So I want to use this easy way. I don't know why it's not coming up. Come up. Okay, here it goes. So blockchain UNN. So we have this is our HTML page. So let's link our CSS. I said we have what? We have three ways of styling CSS. The first way is what's internal, styling it inside here. That's go by writing our words. Styling it inside here, inside this style sheet here. That's the first way. Second way is what? This page, linking it, coming here to link it. Okay, I use blockchain. Sorry, small letter. So this is the second way. And we have, I'll explain, let me just type them all. So this is another way. Blockchain UNN H1. So sorry, I'm coming, I'll explain them. Let me just type. So this is another way. Let me write something so that this is not going to be showing green. So this is like three ways of styling CSS, yeah? The first one is this one that I wrote here. Let me highlight it. That's the first one. That's what we call what? Internal. But this way is kind of old-fashioned because I don't see why you be styling your not really like old-fashioned though, but it's not that recommended for ABAP devs like you guys. If you want to style it, either use this one, this external one, and if you start using frameworks, definitely you start using this internal one. So it's advisable for you to be using what's it called? External CSS styling. Well, as per we are learning, so we have to learn what the three different ways of styling just in case of what necessity. So this one here now, if you want to style it, it's just the same way of styling like outside. If you want to style the body, you just type like this. You start making your stylings inside here. Just like this. Why this one? I'm coming. Let me just type it. This one. If you can see now, this now that I'm writing and the one I wrote earlier is the same thing, the same way of styling. So sorry, let me divide this into two. So this one here now, you guys can see. Wait, can you guys hear me? I don't talk for long. I need to talk. I need to say anything. Am I making sense? Can you guys hear me? Okay, I should write down. Okay, please, you guys should just be writing down your questions. So thank you. Oh my god, thank you very much. Okay, let's go back. Okay. So, as I said earlier, we have what? Three ways of styling CSS. This is the first way, using your link to link what? This is your page that is outside here. Linking it to what? To this particular page here. That's the first, the best, and the most advisable way that I will advise you guys to style your CSS with. This one here. If you watch now, this inline here, this one here now, I want to highlight. Eh? And this one, shey you see they're not the same, they are the same thing. The difference is just this style here, this style tag here that I just wrap this thing inside. I just wrap this thing inside what this style tag here. But this one, I'm not wrapping it because what this is like a page, a folder. Let me call it a page, a folder, a file rather. For what? For CSS, because of this word, this dot CSS. Let me show you guys something. If you type whatever you want to type, whatever you want to write, you can add anything, but the end goal should be was you have to write what dot CSS. Unless your code you know what is not going to, as you can see, if you see beside this place, you see this something like a CSS logo here. If I change this thing to JS, you'll be seeing a JS logo here. So the endpoint is what? That dot. If I change this thing to anything you want, like if I change this to C, you see it. Anything you want, is this C? Anything you want, just change it. That dot there determines what the code you want to be writing here. Your browser does not matter whatever you want to write here unless it's HTML. You have to use index.html before your what's called before Netlify will be able to verify and be able to link your code. But apart from that one, you have to do what? You have to write what's it called? Anything after these dots should be what you want, like the language you want to what you want to be writing here. You cannot just come and be like what will I say? Blockchain UNN dots blockchain. Unless blockchain don't develop language, but apart from that, doing that is not allowed. Yeah. So as I was saying earlier, I said if you look at this code here, this particular code, if I copy this code and I paste it here, you see there is no difference between this. Did I just write greens? God I beg. There is no difference between this code here. So why will I start writing it inside here if I can write it outside here? My code looking fine, and people can easily read my code faster and all. Why would I come and start starting it inside here? So I prefer you guys to be starting your CSS in an external word sheet than starting it inside. That's on the head. And if you guys are getting me, so this internal styling here. So what if I want to like style like multiple stuff? I want to write what's it called? Color, font size. All right, like Suren. Look at what you use to differentiate them. This semicolon here, I don't know if you guys can see it. Let me highlight it. This semicolon here. If I remove this semicolon now, that's what you use to what to
I can't hear anything.
Na network make am stop oo. I guess so. Today network is somehow.
Hold on, guys. Let's give Ifeoma some time. I think our network is testing.
God, I beg. I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. My network. I must leave this trenches. God, I beg. I'm so sorry. I don't know, please. Where did I stop before this network trip off? Where is Jones? She's not here. Abby, he's not here. Please, one person should volunteer. Where did I stop, please, before the network kicked me out? Oh, okay. Yeah, yeah. Anthony, thank you. Anthony, I'm waiting for you. Maybe raise your hand up.
Eh? Sorry. Font size. I mean, font size is where you stop.
So who can volunteer? It's like Anthony's network is having the same issue with mine. Who can volunteer, please? Where did I stop before the network kicked me out? Please, we don't have time.
You're
Ah,
talking about font size.
ah. Okay. So you guys are not following me. Abi, wait, can you guys hear me? Okay, Tochuku.
Yeah, okay. You talked
Wait,
about font size
thank
and you
you.
kind of advised us that if we are
I can't
working
hear
with
you.
CSS, can you hear me?
I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry.
Eh? You can't hear me. Can you hear me? Can you hear me?
I can hear
Yes,
you. I
yes,
can hear
yes.
you. I can hear you.
Okay, yeah. So I said you talked about you stopped at font size and you were kind of advising us if we are styling CSS that we should use an external, styling pattern. Because that one is more preferable. Yeah.
Thank you.
Okay.
Thank you.
Yeah.
All right. All right. Let's go back. Let's go back. Thank you very much. Thank you very much. So let me share my screen. More this kind of network safe. Okay. Okay. All right. Let's go back. I'm so sorry for that. I'm only at the find my by styling. I cannot this. So I was on my VS Code advising you guys to use external styling instead of what's internal styling, because you guys should definitely use inline, because if you start using frameworks you'll be using what's inline. So yeah, I don't sure you guys understand the different pattern of styling in CSS. Hope you guys understand the different pattern of styling in CSS, because I want to hear yes or no before I'll go to the next thing we have. Can use the chat box. You guys get the difference between internal, external, and inline. Ah, okay. Okay, all right, all right, all right. So let's continue. Okay, the next one, I think we are done with here. We're done, we're done, we're done. So the next one is syntax. I think this, okay, let's go. Syntax. 18 network is like this. Okay, the next one is what syntax, how to style it. So CSS rule consists of what a selector and what a declaration what block. So okay, let me do something. I want you guys to see something first. Okay. Okay, let me kind of minimize this stuff. Let me close this one. Close. Close. Oh so if you watch what oh sorry, I'm supposed to be using my HTML, not this one, sorry. So if you watch this stuff here, we have H1. This is your normal tag, which we all know. Your H1, your HTML tag. It's a selector. So you have to like select what you want to style. Let me say if we have so many let me just say we have, let me add something else here. We have the tag I am learning CSS. So we have p tag here. Oh, I'm going to give it, oh good, blockchain UNN. Yeah, blockchain UNN. I should do. Sorry. So we have H1, we have p tag. So, and again, you want to call out this, you want to call out this, you want to style this your H1. I don't want to do inline styling. You do what? You call it out, you select it. That's the same way they did here. You select the word, the H1. You go to your CSS here. You call out what? Because it's not a class and it's not an ID, it's a tag. So you don't need dots or hash this thing. So you just call it out like this. This is the same thing they did here. You call it out like this. You go by what? Color. This stuff here is what? A declaration what? Block. You want to declare something. You have called something out already. Like, okay, let me just see. I want to send something. Like, okay, yeah, come. I want you to. First of all, you've called that person. Out of 10 people, you selected one person. You call the person, like, okay, you come. You want to call that person by name. You be like, okay, Tochukwu, come. The next thing is what? You have to declare whatever you want to tell Tochukwu. Like, okay, I want you to do so and so stuff for me. So this is the same thing that happened here. If you want to make styling, you have to call out a class, which you have to select a class. A tag or a class here, or an ID too. So here now we are calling out what? H1. Like, okay, I'm selecting this H1. I want this H1 to what? To this thing here, what is a property. Like, okay, I want it to what? To color. Okay, I want it to color. I remember this color is for fonts. So if you color anytime you're calling out color, you just know that you're trying to color the word, the fonts. So you'll be like, okay, color. This is the color here. The next thing is what? The value, that what you want the color to be. It can be blue, purple, green, or anything. So you, first of all, you want to declare something. This whole block here is declaration. This first thing is what? Is a property, and here is a value. You are assigning this value to this property, and you are assigning this declaration to what? To this H1. So your code will now, your web page, it will now be like, okay, oh, they have called H1, okay, they have called you. Next thing that they want you to do, they want you to what? To have the color of what? Of purple. Okay, and they say, okay, and also I want you to have the what? The font size of what? Of 2 rem. I don't know why I like using 2 rem. Of 2 rem. You get? Okay, first of all, your browser, what? It will read this your link and to now say, okay, we have few stylings here. Your browser will go and look for H1 here. And to assign this, I need to be showing you guys this that I'm doing. Make network no make this, no can't delete this. Very open by live server. This make this no waste time, I beg. New background color. This will no one help me again. Black. So as this thing, okay, it's coming up. So as I was saying before this thing will come up, so your browser will look for what? First of all, it is going to what? Go through this link. It will now be like, okay, we have few stylings here. To now start, it's now see this H1. First of all, to see this body here. To see this body here. It will go and look for all the words, all the fonts you have on this body and give it this color, green. It's now look for all the fonts we have on this body and to give it the font size of 2 rem. And to now give the background of the whole body words black. It's now come down here. It's now going to start looking for, because you have selected H1. It's now going to start looking for H1 here. Imagine we have 2 H1. I bet we even have more than 2 H1. We have more than 2 H1. We have more than 2 H1. It will see what? It will give all the H1 here. What? This what would I call this styling here? Now this is coming up. Okay, let me bring my code up. Green and white, a bit green and purple. So let me expand this thing small. So as you can see, your what? Your browser, first of all, is to go through this link because it's your brother that your browser is reading your code word ascending order. To go through this link, to come down, to come, don't mind this styling here. We are just using the inline styling for now. The external styling, sorry. So to go through this link, it will start giving out these stylings. Okay, let me change this body now, this body color now to red. Ah, this red. Okay. I hear my eyes to red. You see, that it's changed the color to what? To red. If you what else? Let me give something. And if you look at the H1 now, all the H1 they carry what? They have this same styling here because what? I called out H1. I called out H1. But there is something we call, let me not rush first. Let's be going down. So it's called out what? This H1 and it gave this color. If I change this into P and save, you see, P tag is having what? Is having this styling. Whereas I did not style P tag here. Can anybody tell me why? Yes, I will do small giveaway for you. Can anybody tell me why P tag has, nobody doesn't yeah. I did not style P tag. I did not style P tag here. Shay, you said not style P tag here. But P tag has, it has a color already. I don't know why. I did not style it too. So can anybody tell me why?
That's because you
I
declared
have a
the
giveaway.
whole
Okay,
body.
Jones, you want to say something?
Yeah, I'm saying something. Are you hearing me? Hello? Can you hear me?
I wanted you to raise your hand and say, but you don't type not be giveaway again. I'll be one to do small, but I said that I get too much money for this class. I just carry my money, they go. So the reason why is because this body styling here is affecting everything on the body, every cocoa on the body, everything on the body, everything on the body here. This styling here is affecting them. Okay, can somebody tell me why the styling did not affect H1, even though H1 is inside the body? Raise your hands now. I feel like say it on the chat box. Money will just go again. It's not like money. Give away will just go. Okay, is that everybody don't raise hand? Who first raise hand? Okay, Joan, I be like your name, I beg. No verse. I ask can you unmute your mic and say why?
Okay, that's because you declared that H1 again
Eh,
and gave it the color of. Hello? Can you hear me?
yes, I can hear you. No verse, I can hear you.
I said why it's not showing green is because you declared the H1 and gave it the color of pink.
Pink I give him.
I don't even know, but the color be like pink, man.
Okay, that's nice one, nice one. After that, just chat me up. Let me give you small Gary and okay,
No
let's
one.
continue. The reason why, just like John said, the reason why this H1 was not affected is because I went and called out H1, like I called the H1 out. Let me just say, if okay, someone want to call you and the person now call your like okay, let me just say your surname is John and your name is no, John is it's too posh for surname. Your surname is Ezekiel, and I don't know why. Okay, your surname is Ezekiel and your name is John, and they now call out Ezekiel. Everybody in your family will come out. Everybody in your family will come out. But once they are, and they will share whatever they want to give to them among everybody there. But once they call John, who will come out? The person bearing John in that your house will come out. So that's just how it is. So this body here, the body tag, yes, everything's supposed to like be styled this way. But the way I went ahead to call out this H1. I was like, okay, I beg, I want to make this H1 in particular, this H1. I want this color, this particular styling for it. Definitely they will go by what? They will go by this because what the H1, because of the H1, that's what they are calling out here. And again, the reason why, should I say this? Yeah, the reason why this green, look at, if you look at this place, I gave this thing a color of green, the H1 here, but it's not affecting it. Where's my code? Maybe it's no good place. It's going to sorry, I mistakenly clicked on color. So if you see, if you look at my inline styling here, I gave this H1 color of green. I give another color. Green done too much for this my web, or this my web app. Let me give this yellow. Yeah, shout it color in. You see? So I gave this H1 here. Sorry. And why is my this thing shiny yellow? Okay, I gave it BCC. Okay, can you hear me now? I gave this H1 here color of what? Of yellow inside. I don't know if you guys can see it. Yeah, you guys can see it obviously. So I gave the color of yellow here, and look at it's reflecting here. And I gave what's it called? This H1, another color. But what's reflecting is what? This one down here. You know why this thing is happening? Because I specifically call out this thing. I gave it a particular styling inside. So it's going to what? It's going to go by this styling that I gave to it inside here. I don't know if I'm making sense. Am I making sense? Okay, someone is raising their hand. Okay. Unmute your mic and say something, please. I made a mistake. Okay.
No, it's not a mistake. I have a question concerning the code. Please, can you show me your code again so I can look at the question now? So how come in the other page for CSS, H1 is purple and it didn't specify which H1 in particular, yet the code just made one of them purple? Hello, did you get my question?
I did. Sorry. I'm sorry. I went to mute myself. I heard what you said. Let me explain that question. That's what I was even explaining, Sha. Let me explain it. So look at now. I gave it H1 purple fonts to rem. Look at this particular one here. Let me even reduce these fonts so that it will be clear. So look at this particular one. We have two H1 here. This is the first H1 with a different styling inside. It has what? Look at the styling. Look at the color, yellow. Wait, I want to unmute my mic so I'll be hearing you. I don't know. Please, I want you to be answering me. The guy I just asked the question. I didn't get your name. Sorry.
Yes, I can see it.
Okay. So I called out this H1. I gave it what? Look at the style here. Color, yellow. Font size, 1 rem. So let's go back and see if this 1 rem was. I gave it font size of what? 1 rem.
Yeah.
It's not looking smaller now. So the reason why my code was ignore this H1 here and try to style this H1 here is because this H1 has been given another different styling inside. You get? So this styling inside here is more powerful, and this stuff I would prioritize this styling here than any other styling you'll be getting outside.
Okay.
You get my question, Abi? You get my answer? Yeah. That big. All right, and
Yes.
that was what I was actually explaining. That's what I was actually explaining. You get? This is the same thing that happened here. We have our body here. We gave our body what color of green. But this one, no share here. You go what? You went ahead with what? This color here. This purple color. It's now only this pink. It's only this, this P tag that was like, okay, let me just obey what the color they give to the body. Because what? Because they did not style the P tag. I know that making sense. Okay, yeah, that's this. Let's go back to our code. This code's fine. I just reviewed the website like this. So let's go down. We have H1, we have our color blue, look at the font size, another property, look at the value assigned to it. So let's just read this one here. Select the points what the HTML element you want to style. This selector now is pointing at what? H1. this declaration body contains what you want to what you want to style. And remember, you separate them by what? Semicolons. So you'll not be getting bugs. Wow, bugs. You'll not be getting bugs. So the next one is what? If the declaration includes what? A CSS property, look at it here, and what? A value, separated by what? A column. Remember, the CSS property and value, they are being separated by what? By a column. But the entire declaration block is separated from the other declaration block with what? A semicolon. Just in case you're writing code and you don't have what's it called? Code editor that will be helping you to compute your code. Abi you went to a code hackathon. Just get this thing straight. Color, sorry, your properties be separated from the value with what? With this stuff here, column. But the whole declaration block is separated from the other declaration block by what? By a semicolon. Have I make myself clear? Yeah. So we have multiple CSS declarations are separated with what? With semicolons. Just like here that we have colors, we have font size, we have black background color. We can decide to have border. We can decide to have border 2 pixels, solid red. So we can decide to have so many what's it called? Declaration block here. What CSS is asking you and pleading with you is what? Please separate them with what? With a semicolon. Just now that separate them with what? With a semi what? Colon. Okay, look at now. I just remove this semicolon that is here now. And look at what it's saying. Semicolon what? Expected. You get semicolon what? Expected. That's look at rule or selector what? Expected. Here. I just remove something here. I don't know if you're getting me. Clear enough. I have Control Z. Before we get power code, I beg. Okay. So let me see. Hey, I just added border. Look at the border that I added now. Look at it here. Okay. Let's go back. Okay, I did not talk about the coily breeze. Coily breezes. This coily breezes here. Sorry that I'm calling the name like that. This coily breeze here. That's what you use to wrap your CSS code. You wrap it inside. Unless you are using inline styling. But if you are using internal, which I'm advising you not to use, or you are using external, you have to wrap your code, your CSS, your declaration block inside inside this thing really. Coily breeze. But I beg, I want to shift this thing. Inside this stuff here, this coily breeze here. You have to wrap it here. Let me just write it here. This coily breeze, you have to wrap it inside. Okay. And the name is what? Coily breeze. No go tell and say nah, no go call am bracket. Bracket, anything. You get name. The name now waiting. Coily breeze. And be breezes name. Okay, here is an example. They say in this example, all P elements will be centered aligned with a red text color. So this stuff and what I did there is almost the same thing, but let's just look at it here. Okay, and again, W3 school, they always use words that's internal styling because they cannot be having two cool and two this thing here. I don't know why sharp, but that one concern them. So see it here now. Color, it said red. You can use blue, anything that you want to use. It said center, so a text align center. You can decide to do text align. Maybe not flex start, maybe not flex end. Now end I say you go they do for start. You get sorry. So you can have what's it called? Text align end here. You can these are different CSS properties that you guys, I don't know if you guys have learned that one. I don't know. If not, you guys will still learn it. So we have different CSS time, what's it called? Properties. So text align end, you see this thing went to the end here. I can easily say start, which is default mode, so there is no need of me saying start, or center, or middle, anywhere you want it to go to. Look at our p tag. You just call out one p tag here, but these two p tag, they are what? They're answering the same word. They are answering the same. They are listening to this particular styling here, even though I just called one p. So this one p, this your styling, this your browser will go and look for p tags in what? In your web, that's in your HTML, and to style all the p tags unless we what? We did something like this. We call the p we call the the h1 the p tag outside, and we gave it another styling. That's the only way. Or we did something like this, inline styling here. But instead of it to do something like this, we have what we call classes. I don't want to rush, we will learn classes later. But we have what we call classes, and we have IDs. So instead of you to, let me just say we have like 5H1 here. Have like 5H1 here. Sorry, what did I just press? Okay. I have like 5H1 here. And you want to style, you want to give them a different styling. You just come and start giving them what? Class name of whatever you want. Just be giving them what? Class name, class name, class name. Just the way I gave this, look at the class name I even gave this blockchain URL here. Just be giving them what? Class name. And again, I cannot just come here and write blockchain, that's BCUUU. It will not answer me, because what? Is not a tag, it's not HTML tag. So what I will do here, we have ways of styling classes, which is what? Period. I'll be dots, I've been a full stop, I've been a period, yeah, period, full stop, dot. Anyone you know this thing as. You get to now start writing your what? Your BC, and you now give it a styling to now answer you. If you just write it just the way you're writing your H1, your body tag, your H2, your P tag, and the rest, your image and the rest, it's not going to answer it, because what is not what? A tag, a CSS word tag. You have to call out a tag without using any of this. And if this is an ID, we'll now make use of what? Hash. That hash when I use for Twitter, when the hash here. Yet, you now make use of what? Hash here, and it's start what? It's start answering. That, what am I calling it like a Yoruba woman? Hash, yes. It's to answer you. Yep, okay, let's go back. Control Z, I beg. Control Z. I don't know if I'm making sense. I don't know if I'm rushing, if I'm talking to myself, if you guys are getting me. Hello. Are you guys getting me? Are you guys getting what I'm saying? Am I making sense?
Yes.
Oh, making sense. I like this your name, Pebo Ibibuchi. Thank you. All right, let me go. Thank you, Kaito. Thank you. All right, let me go back. So our next, so they just explain everything here. P, I believe this is the last. Am I going to this one? P is a selector in CSS. It points to what? HTML elements you want to style. Just like our tag. They said it points to what? HTML elements you want to style. This one is what? Color. It's what? A property. And red is the property value. Just like if you have a property and the property no can't get value, nobody go even buy it from you. But if you have a property and it has a worth, it has a value. Just like human being now, if you have value, people go find you come. So if you have this any property, this thing is a property, and this thing here what is a value attached to what? This property. If this property does not have a value, it's not useful to your code. So this is a property which has a value that made it what? Useful. So these two things, they need themselves. If you have a value and you don't have where to sell the value, it's as good as useless. So this is a value and this is a color, that's a property, and they made a match. So the next thing is what this the same thing goes here. Text align is a property and center is attached to that property. So wow, am I that fast? Okay, this is 809. Okay, Okay. Let's go to the next one. So before I go to the next one, yeah, I want you guys. Sorry, it's like I think they have supposed to have something like class. Before I go to the next one, I want you guys to. Okay, there's no classwork here. Because I want to hear. I don't. I want to know if you guys are getting what I'm saying. Have you guys? Let me know what you guys learned from before I will continue because I never. Okay, yeah. Touch. Sorry, Anthony. Sorry.
Can you hear me?
Yes, sir. I can hear you.
You're a little bit fast.
Ah. Babio, no verse. Now so I did talk. Sorry. I did rush like sheet of light. Don't sorry, I'm so sorry. But do you get what I said? Abi, don't just tell me where did you get lost? Let me go back and I'll calm down. Be talking small, no verse, no verse. Can you like tell me where you know, like understand? Let me. Sorry, Anthony.
Yeah, can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you.
Just that the one you just finished now. Just can you refresh? Can you say something about it? The one you just you're trying to leave now.
The one where they try to leave now. God, I beg. Which time is that one? Okay, let's go down.
Yeah.
Is it here? Okay. I'm so sorry. My nature, I talk fast. Well, I'm going to adapt. I'm so sorry. Okay. Sorry. Okay, in this example, yeah, what I said earlier was that's the same thing I've been explaining, sharp, but let me just take it slowly now. Rather, let me use my code to do that. I think that should be better because this is what you guys are familiar with. So what I said earlier was I said I don't even forget what I talk earlier, but I beg. Okay, I'm trying to explain this stuff. Yeah. What I said earlier was we have p tag, but here we have h1. So I called out h1 here. I gave it a styling here. All the h1 here. Let me write another h1. The name is Anthony. All the h1, all the h1 here. Let me go to our work. Okay, let me bring this one up. So all the h1 here, they listen to what they listen to this particular styling here. They follow this styling, and this styling was implemented. But this first one here did not follow the styling because I gave it a different styling here using what inline styling. I gave it a different styling here using inline styling. That is why this particular what's it called? This particular H1 did not implement this styling I gave to the whole H1 we have on our list here. So look at this P tag here. This P tag here, it's made use of this universal, I won't call it universal, this our body styling here. That's by going with the color and everything here because what? Because I did not style this P1. I did not call out this P1 here and I did not give it a personal styling. I allow it to what? Make use of what? The styling I gave to the body. What else? What if I say now, if I just write something like, and if I want to style this particular one here, this particular H1 here, I'll just give it a styling of Anthony. Give it a styling of Anthony. Eh? I will now come here. If I want to if I want it to have a different styling from these ones, and I don't want to use inline styling, I want to style everything in an external sheet. I'll just give this H1 a class name of Anthony, and I'll make use of period, that is dot, this full stop here, and I will now write my words, my Anthony. And I'll now make use of my what? My coily breezes, because I told you guys you have to wrap your work, your what's it called? You have to wrap your declaration board inside what? A coily breeze for you to be able to what? To separate them from the other what's it called? This H1 styling. If I remove this coily breeze like this now, and I remove this one like this now, it will now be looking scatter scatter. So that's why you have to like wrap it inside what? This H1 and start styling. And if I want to style this H1 separately, I will now say, Anthony, let me just give it color. And let me give it a bigger font size. Color done too much for this my website. Let me give it a bigger font size of 4. Can you see now that Anthony is now very, I no give Anthony tag, no verse. You see now it's very what? It's very big. Look at the Anthony here. Let me highlight it. So I don't know what language I use there, but look at the Anthony tag here, the class the H1 here. So I gave it a bigger font size. So this Anthony here, this Anthony class here is not what? It's not going with our universal styling. Sorry that I'm calling body universal styling. It's not going with our body styling, and it's not also going with our H1 styling. Excuse me. Even though it's an H1, but it's not going with our H1 styling because what? Because I gave it a class name and I selected the class name here. Sorry that I keep using call big. And I selected the class name here, and I gave it a styling of that's 4 rem font size, and what's that sound? And a color of, no color done too much for a color of blue. The reason why Anthony is not listening to this is because I gave it a different class name and I call it out here. That's why Anthony have a different styling from other H1s and from what's the body styling. That's the slowest I can go. God, I beg. I don't know. Did you get what I said now, or should I don't know. Should I go back? Anthony.
You were doing it, but another one was showing. Another one was showing, not the name Anthony was showing. It's another one that was showing.
Sorry, which one is another one that was showing? God, I beg. Which other one was showing?
The one
Anthony.
that you type. Yeah, can you hear me?
Yes, sir. I can hear you, sir.
The other name that you type K something and many this thing, but Anthony name was not showing big there.
Okay, no verse. Okay, let me go back and give, because the reason for that was okay, no verse. I know say you go talk. Might go give out bag name. This is why this one happened. Sorry, let me go back and this our website fine now to go sell like this. Okay, the reason why sure make I does make I know explain, but I go explain that evidence no be. Make I put down for yeah. Okay. I see no one piece. Are you okay now? The reason why it was not showing, I get evidence now, so I feel explain. The reason why it was not showing here was that I did not give the I am Anthony that class name. You know what? Let me even give this 2H1 the same class name. You see, now that I've given the I am Anthony the class name, and I also gave this, which language be this, I beg? This other thing here, this other H1 here, Anthony, this particular styling here was implemented because I gave them the same class name and I selected the class name here and I gave it a different styling from the H1 and from the body tag. So now that Anthony is showing, hope you understand. Anthony, you see the reason why
I'm
I'm laughing.
following.
Maybe you understand.
I'm I'm following. I'm following.
Okay, you are clear now, ba? Are you clear?
I'm following. Just go on.
Okay. I don't think I will go on again because our time is running. So I don't want to enter selectors without finishing it. I don't want to enter selectors without finishing it and it's long. So I'm so sorry for coming late. I'll be for starting late. I'm so sorry. It was not intentional, and I was waiting for somebody. I was thinking, yeah, it was all my fault, so no need of explaining. Okay, so I don't know if you guys have question, because in our next class we continue with selectors. So let me not go in selector because I have another class by 10, so I have to like get ready. So I don't know if you have this like time for question, if you have your question, because I also have my question to ask. And if you answer, I think I have something for you. Yeah, Kaito, don't forget to chat me. Or if you forget, that one don't go. I will please make you forget. So I don't know. Did you have any question? Let me check my chat.
What of me,
Yeah,
Nko?
Sorry,
Kaito
but you
asked
said
a
you don't forget what?
question. Yeah, Kaito. Yeah.
What of me, Nko? What of my own gift?
Hello? Kaito. No verse.
You
Jesus Christ. Sorry, no verse. I muted myself. Sorry. Abi, I off my mic. Can continue. I be my loudspeaker. God, I beg.
I
I
was
continue.
saying
All right.
you said I should not forget what?
Are you the one that answered the question I asked? I will not be you.
No, it's not me.
Oh, sorry, Joe. God, you want to claim person gift. Yeah. You are the one, sorry. I just said
Now
I
you
missed
won't give
first.
me gifts now.
But you know what now? Thank God say you even say you know what. Thank God though. Yeah, please chat me up later. I don't know if you don't have my number. Ask my boss, darling thing, to forward my number to you, and I will send something I get.
Your name is Victoria, right?
Is it my name?
Yes.
No, now. Okay, let me say my name again. My name is Mad Gloria Ifeoma.
Oh, okay. Sorry.
Yeah. So I don't know if you have questions. We don't have time. I'll have to leave here before 9:30. So if you have any question, drop your question, or else I have my own questions for you guys. Texter. Nah, tech event with that one. Okay, yeah.
Is that not your name?
Sorry, it will be.
Good
Yeah,
evening.
good evening there. Let me mute my mic.
Okay, I have a questions. My questions might sound so somehow, but please. And when it comes to VS Code, why is it that the font family is limited here? And is there any way that we can get font family offline, not online, like offline? Is there any way we can download font family and link it up to our VS Code, like offline?
Yes, sir. Yeah, we have there are Google fonts. I think because of this class, you learn something like that, or maybe in our next class, I'll definitely do that. I'll add a font this thing. Yes, VS Code has limited this thing. So, but if you want to do, if you need more fonts, you go to what Google Fonts and you get a link. You can either paste the link on your HTML, or you copy the link and paste it on your on your CSS. So yes, you can get multiple what's it called, fonts that you want. Yeah, I think I answered your question.
Go, sorry, please don't be offended. I'm not talking about Google Font, like the getting a link. Like, is there any way that we can download a font? And I don't know, because there is something I saw, and I've forgotten what the person did. Went to setting and was changing something, can it call JSON, something like that. And I don't know.
Okay, Jason, you don't dey enter JS o, still dey do CSS o. So why not
No,
when you
I'm not
get
talking about JSON in VS Code though. Is that JavaScript?
wait, let me type the Jason, abi na me wey no know the person. Na dis Jason wey I just type. Eh? Ebube.
Yes.
Yes now is your this thing na your JS. It's like a dependency.
Well,
Omo,
okay, I don't.
God abeg, my
Sorry.
ear. Yeah. Should I you get it's like a dependency. So when you get to can't I not seen the name Jason? It's a JavaScript object notation. JavaScript object notation. So yeah, na JavaScript. Oh, God, I beg. Sorry, let me finish answering his question. So yes, you can get a font from Google Fonts. We have two ways of linking it to your web. We have by that's putting it on CSM your HTML head, or on top of your what of your CSS. I'm going to do this in our next class. Please, somebody should remind me. Anybody that reminds me of this, I have something for you too. Yeah. So hope I've answered your question. That JSON, I beg, JavaScript or documentation, no verse. When we get to that side, we'll cross the bridge. Thank you very much. So yeah, Aja and Tony, my new friend. Yeah, you can ask the question.
Okay. The best style to use CSS, I think, is dev bar. Is it dev?
Eh? I don't get your question, no verse. The best
Can you
style.
hear me now?
Yeah, I can hear you.
The best way, that is the best way to style something. I think is dev. That is dev now. That is the best way. The one you use now.
No, it's not. Did I say deaf? God, I beg you. I don't.
No,
I
no.
said
Sorry. I was saying it. The one you are using.
which one is deaf? God, I beg. Is it? I didn't get your question. I'm so sorry. Can you like type the question? Let me know if it is like the English that is. I'm not understanding English again. I don't know. Or let me just say what I understand from your question. Do you mean that the best way to style my CSS is dev? I didn't say dev. If that was your question, I said we have external. Daniel, please wait. We have external way of styling. We have internal and we have inline. As I dey talk, man, they show my evidence. I beg. You get, so this one here, this I just highlighted now, is on another page, different from this page here. This is what we call what? External, because it's external, it's outside your HTML. Let me even show it here. It's outside, look at it here. It's outside your what? Your HTML. So it's external. And we have inline. Let me go. We have internal. This one is internal here. This one that you write your style and you start styling it inside your words, your code is what we call what? Inline, internal, sorry. And we have inline. This is inline. This one that you write it inside your HTML tag. So, and I said the best way, and as about this, we will not be, if you want to do your work and make your work to look neat and presentable, you have to what? Use, you can use this one if you like. It's choice, it's preference. So use this one here. Use external way of styling, because external and inline are almost the same thing, because it's the same way you will style here that you will style here. Yep. I believe I answered your question to my best of understanding, guys, because the question I'm not sure I understand them that well. So please, did I
Yes,
answer
yes,
your question,
yes.
Anthony?
Yeah.
Thank you. God bless you. Yeah. All right. All right. Daniel, please ask me a question. Yeah, Daniel, unmute your mic and talk. Daniel. Yeah, unmute your mic. God, I beg. Okay, I don't know. Maybe Daniel is having network issue. Emmanuel, unmute your. Okay, Daniel, don't come up. Abina. Okay, Emmanuel, can you like go on before Daniel? I don't know, before he will rectify his network issue.
Yeah, can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you. Good evening. I can hear you.
Yeah, good evening. I really enjoyed the class.
All
So
right, good. Thank you.
my
Okay.
question is, I noticed that there are some codes used for certain colors. I don't know whether they call it hex code or something.
Eh?
So,
Okay, cool.
like
Okay, okay, okay,
code
okay, okay. Yeah.
used,
Yeah, yeah. Haze.
yeah.
Yeah, haze. Yeah.
So I want to know, is it like good for a developer to know those codes? Is it necessary? And then, is there any resource material that can, give us a list of those codes?
Okay. Let me how would I start answering this question? First of all, you don't have to cram anything that I'm teaching you guys here. You don't have to cram anything. You just have to learn and keep working. The more you keep working in short, the more you keep building projects. At some point, if you just write HTML, CSS for inside paper, you not even know how you did it, because what? Because the thing have already entered and things like part of you. That's why you say the best way to learn is what? To keep building. So the more you build, the more those codes will stay. Okay, for your question, I think there is a place that we have something like that. Colors, CSS colors. So we have like three ways of styling using colors. I think we have, see them here. This is your question. We have hex, we have RGB, and we have HLL. So normally I usually use, in short, most people, it's in short, all this thing here is preference. You can decide to be using this one, or this one. You can use, mean say you be about there if you need to use this one, I be no be about there if you need to use this one. So anyone that you know that is best for you. Like there are some designs, so there are some Figma they will give you. The colors you'll be seeing there, it will be in hex. In short, I think Figma have these three colors. You just have to choose the kind of styling you want to use, either hex, RGB, or this one. And no, you don't have to go and start learning all this F and the rest. And in this kind of styling, we have from, I think we have from one, no, from 0 to 9, and we have from A to F. That is, I don't want to say much about this because you definitely are going to learn it at the course of this class. So we have from 0. What I mean that we have from 0 to 9 is, look at my code now. If I write P, U, and the rest, nothing is going to show, because what? The end value is what? From A, B, C, D, E, and F are giving me a color. But if I come down here and I use what I say, P O U I Y, Chase is not answering me. Why? Because they have a specific, they have from A to F. If I write G here, nothing go show. You get? So it's from what? Okay, the only thing you just have to learn is that if you want to write any color, or if you see something else that is not from A to F, or from 0 to 9, just know that this is not it. Or if you want to explain to somebody about this particular thing, you tell the person that, okay, just know that in hex we have from 0 to 9, and we have from A to F. I don't know if I'm making sense, and I don't know if I've answered your question, but don't worry. I think you guys should treat it. Look at it here. I think it's like, yeah, you treat it here. So Daniel, yeah, is it Daniel? No, Emmanuel, rather. Sorry, I don't know if I've answered your question.
Yeah, I think you've given me an insight.
Okay, the question is, let me read what you just wrote down at the chat box. He said, my question is, what's the difference between the values added after fonts and styling? See, there's nothing like font 14. You have to have it have to be one of, there is no difference. If it's all you're asking, there is no difference. Like one rem is equivalent to 16 pixels. If I'm not wrong. The last time I checked. Yeah, the last time I checked. So one rem is equivalent to 16 pixels. Am I writing 1 pixels? That's 16 px. The reason why I like using rem is that rems are responsive, and pixels, they do me somehow. If I want to write 2 pixels, I'll come and start writing the 16 plus 16 are written. God, I beg. 16 plus 16 should be 32. I might go school, I beg. 32. So me writing 32 is looking, to me, I'm just saying, it's my preference. To me, it's looking too big. So I'll be like, no, let me just use rem. Rem 2. This is equivalent, is the same thing, because one rem is 16 pixels. So it's not, is no, there is no difference. The difference is just the numbering. You can say to use rem. We have so many of them. We have so many of them. So many, what's it called? Want this thing? The choke. We have em safe. We have so many. So, but the one I normally use these two. You can easily find out the rest for yourself if you want to use them, but I prefer you guys use these two, this rem and this one, anyone you want to use. If you look at my code now, look at this border now, I use 2 pixels here, because if I want to start using rem, I have to start dividing it into like 0 point something something rem. So 2 pixels is looking fine and smooth. Same thing as this 2 rem. Instead of 32 pixels, you now be thinking that it is going to be very big, but it's just like, just small stuff. So there is no difference between them. The difference is just the values, rather. Yeah, the values are the difference. And again, rem is more responsive than pixels. Okay, Emmanuel, ask your question. You're welcome. You're welcome. Yeah, you're welcome. So sorry, I don't know who else. Maybe this way the honor. I beg off your this thing. Thank you. Off your camera in case you on it by mistake. If Funaya,
Okay. My
shall I ask
question.
your question. Ask your question.
Okay. And my
Yeah.
question is, how were you able to grade that to on that VS Code? You graded index.html and also graded bond.css in the same this thing. How did you do it?
Ewo, I don't do magic shower, but I did not get your question. What did you say again? How did I do what?
You grade there. I'm seeing two screens like in front of me, index.html and bond.css. Like how did you put two of them together?
I do magic. Okay, look at what I did. Look, I click. Look at this. Can you see my cursor? Can you
Yes.
see? Look, I just click on this stuff. Hi, and the magic just
Okay.
happened. Yeah, that's the magic there. Just click on it. You
Okay.
want to have numerous one, just keep clicking on it. Just keep dividing.
Wow.
Wow. Oh my god. All right. Who else has a question? Who else has a question? I don't know. Is that all? Okay. Is that all? Okay, if that's all, I think we've come to the end. Tochuku. Okay, okay. I'll mute your mic and yeah. Tochuku. Wait, did
Sorry,
I
yeah,
not?
yeah, yeah. I must admit, the lectures were amazing. Yeah.
Oh my god, thank
Okay, straight to
you.
the point. I don't. Yeah, yeah, yeah. I don't know if you. I don't know. Sometimes I was working on with CSS. Like though I was having errors. I tried cracking it. It was like showing me selector error. I was like, what's this all about? I don't know. I don't know whether it was. I know maybe selector has to do with H1 related stuff, but that's why I tried everything. I don't know whether this would be a personal chat or something. But anyway, I don't know if you could
No problem,
um,
but you go pay me
help
money.
out.
You pay me in dollars, so I don't have issue. Yeah, okay. After I'm so happy that you're not having a bug. Like, what makes you a developer is bugs. If you don't have bugs, you're not a developer. So what makes you a dev is what? Having bugs and cracking your head. So yeah, after this class, I don't know, ask if you have my
Yeah.
number or you ask Darlington to give you my number and bring your bug. Let's do some, and each bug is dollar, I shall tell you now. So yeah. I'm not joking. Okay.
It's like,
So I think that's all.
uh,
That's the question, right?
so, you said, yeah, yeah, basically,
All right. Thank you very much.
nothing
Thank
else
you for
for now.
having me.
Yeah,
For
yeah,
now,
right.
okay,
Yeah.
nice. So, in absence of no question, I am so happy for this class because you guys were asking questions, means that you guys were following, and I'm so happy. And please, now our next class, I'll be very, very slow. I'll be very slow, and I'll be fast at the same time so that we're not going to waste time. So, who is this person? How do you know about my okay, sorry, guys. So God, why are you asking me about my volleyball life in this tech? Okay, volleyball is one side for now because I'm
I
into
beg, send your number.
okay. Ah,
I
okay.
beg, send your number. I beg send your number before you
Airtime,
walk
no be
out.
just dey chat me. You have to send me airtime, and this is also my just no be just dey chat me up, sha, but that's my number. I think that's my number. Abi. It looks like it. So thank you guys for having me. I'm so happy. I wish I can stay longer, but I have another class by 10 p.m. So I'll see you guys in our next class. Have fun. Ah, me, I see the rush. I never come back. I see the God. What? How did? Okay, bye bye. How did I take they know my life like this? God, I beg.
Wow. So you
Okay,
participated in that volleyball competition.
hey, God, I beg. Go. This should be story for another day. I be yeah. It should be story for another day. Ah, okay. See, I'm sorry. I think it's the end of the class. So thank you guys for having me. I'm so happy for having you guys too. Like I bonded with you guys so nicely. I also have to have the guys next week on Tuesday. I think by I don't know the time. I think 7 p.m. I'll be what. Ah, Udo, God, I don't think I'm taking more questions. Oh God, I beg. Okay, what's the question? What's the question?
It's not a question, oh.
What's that?
They were missing you in Web3 Lagos. They were asking of you. They were asking
Ah,
of
wait, though. Jesus Christ. Wait. Okay, yeah, I didn't go for Web3 Lagos because I was in Russia at that time it started. So I came back, I think the second day. So I was exhausted from, all this long flight and everything. So yeah, that's why I didn't come for it. So yeah. So see,
Darlington and Analytical were present.
God, see, thank you guys. Sorry, please, you guys, you can start leaving now. I don't know. I don't know why these guys are discussing my personal life and my other life here. So see you guys in our next class. Let me stop sharing my wonderful screen. All right. So bye for now and see you guys next week Tuesday. Okay, bye. I don't want to go. Thank you for the thumbs up, Kaito.
Wait, the next class this coming Tuesday.
Yeah, it's coming Tuesday. Bye,
Oh,
Tochukwu. Okay, that's how I go leave in our common safe. I want to be the last person to leave this section. Okay, bye. Oh, it was worth the time.